Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, and I've had the first week working at the new place just behind me, and that went well enough. For those of you who weren't aware, I used to work at another place where I had 36 hours in the week, and now I've got a new job where I work 30 hours in the week. And of course that is a bit of a pay cut, but it's also a nice work-life balance. At least I think it is, because then you get like 5 days of 6 hours, and I'm just off work at 2, so then I could just go ahead and do whatever I want after that. So that's perfect as far as I'm concerned. And what I'm going to do after 2 o'clock, I don't know. I just usually come up with something to do during the day itself, and sometimes I do hobby stuff, sometimes I just watch videos or whatever I want to do, or go for a ride or whatever it is. Sometimes I order stuff online, because I've been thinking about going mudlarking for many years now, and that is like going to riverbanks, stuff like that, to see what's in the mud along the river, to see if anything has washed up. And that is also kind of connected to looking for other things in the ground. So I got myself a metal detector. This is like part of it. There you go, you got the handle and the thing with the little stuff. I haven't exactly assembled it yet because I haven't gone out yet, so there's still 2 parts here. Here's the disc, stuff like that. So this is just a cheap model over here, because I'm not even sure if I'm going to be doing this long term, so I figured I'd get like a very cheap one just to see if I like it or not. First, I need to find places where I can actually go and do that, because it's not allowed everywhere. Apparently there are some areas where it's actually forbidden to use a metal detector. Obviously, like historical sites where the land is protected, you're not allowed to go ahead and dig holes there and everything, because you will like be digging some holes if you find something interesting. So I need to find like little areas where there's just a bit of terrain just laying around that's not being used, and preferably doesn't have an owner necessarily, because otherwise you have to go and ask the owner if you're allowed to go and search there. But I just want to go show up to a place and then do a bit of metal detecting, or maybe some mudlarking as well, if I could find some good riverbanks for that, and then I'll see what I can find, just because it's fun and I like treasure hunts. So anyway, so yeah, the first week went well because we kind of just skipped over that. We had a couple of things that I need to do. Actually, there was like this update that needs to be done before the end of the summer, and we did it all in 1 week, which was apparently unexpected, so that was good, a good way to come in to the new company. The work that I'm doing is pretty much the same that I did before, so it's just like a different location and different environment. Obviously, like they have a different IT environment, and their course setup is different, so I just need to like make a quick adjustment to that, and we'll work on making it more interactive and visual that I'm used to later, so we'll see about that. So that's work and hobbies covered. I might be going to the store later just to do some more snooping, secondhand store and stuff like that, and drive around a bit and just checking out the car. Somebody asked in that previous car vlog that I did if I could rev the engine. Well, it's a Citroen C1 and they're not super fast or anything like that. It's kind of like the car that you buy when you want a car that's economical but doesn't look like something your grandpa would drive, kind of like in between those two worlds. So it does definitely make a lot of noise when you're trying to go a little faster, speed up and stuff like that. The engine does make a lot of sound, but it's not like you're going to go super fast. I think the top speed is, what is that, 150 kilometers per hour or something? I definitely haven't gotten to that. I went 130 on the highway the other day, trying to pass some trucks. But even then I was like, oh, I'm really pushing the car right now because I need to get past this whole bunch, because it was like in the middle of the week. And that means there's a lot of traffic, a lot of trucks trying to pass each other as well. So that was a bit of a mess. But sometimes you get a whole line of like 5 or 6 trucks in a row, and you just want to get past them. So then you have to try and get a little bit faster, because you also don't want to be a bother for the people behind you that are perhaps trying to go even faster than you, even though it's not allowed. They're there, so I just like to pass them as fast as I can and then go back to the right and just do my own thing. But that does require that you go a little faster than usual, and I can do it, but it's definitely not like the engine enjoys it. So it's not a super fast car, but it does what it needs to do. So that's that. Other news, we've got a new macaroni virus going around, at least a new variant of which. It's called the Delta variant, I believe, and there's been new restrictions announced by the government, but I think that the vast majority of people are going to ignore them completely. because yeah, we're just kind of done. The thing is, just before this summer, they said, okay, we're going to lift a whole bunch of restrictions. You can now do this again. You can now do that again. And people are like, yay, I can do my summer holiday and I can do everything that I wanted to do. And people are just walking around as though nothing had ever happened. Nobody's currently adhering to the distance thing. As far as I can tell, nobody's wearing masks anymore. Kind of like nothing ever happened. Everything's come back to normal. That's kind of how the people are currently like thinking. And now the government comes in and says, oh, actually, we can't have these bars open until midnight, or at least it has to be closed at midnight, from midnight to 6 or something. And number of people that are allowed to be in a place and stuff like that is gone back down, and how many people you can have over or visit, blah, blah, blah. So we're just going back again. And I think people are really going to go, actually, no, I already planned my summer holiday. And you're not going to take that away from me because I waited for this for at least a year and I'm just going to go do what I want. And people are probably going to get fined and stuff like that, but you know, I think they're just going to take that for what it is. And of course the businesses, stores and stuff like that, they can get really big fines if they don't adhere to the macaroni regulations. So those will probably tell us to put masks on and stuff like that. So, but other than that, people are just going to keep doing their own thing. And maybe even, say you had a store that now goes back to you have to wear a mask in order to be inside the store. I'm pretty sure that the staff aren't going to do too much if you walk in without a mask. They might say something about it and then you'll be like, oh, I forgot, sorry, ha ha ha. And then you're just like, okay, fine, remember to do it next time. They're probably not going to enforce it too harshly unless they're super afraid that they're going to get a fine. Personally, it doesn't bother me to have a mask on my face. It's just kind of like, we know it's useless, so why are we doing this? It's just for show and to give people a false sense of security. Other than that, that's all it is really, so why do we do it? But okay, that's fine. We'll see how that goes. Perhaps they'll go ahead and go and try and put another lockdown in place, because I do kind of see them pushing the news in that direction. Like the amount of people in hospital hasn't exactly gone up a lot, but you can see the news articles kind of like panicking over, oh, there's so much people walking around and there's people being infected and everybody's coming together on masks, and oh, that's kind of scary, guys. But most people are like, whatever, this is how we like to do things, so, you know, deal with it. So that is it for this week. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll see each other again on Tuesday where we play some Stardew Valley, and on Friday we'll be back with RL Minecraft, or RL Craft in Minecraft. And hope you'll have a nice weekend and see you next time. Bye bye for now.